I am at the UK's largest camping shop called Go Outdoors. I have £150 to spend. That is it. Nothing more. Bang on £150 in this bank. And I want to find a suitable camping equipment. Now, going any less than £100 is a little bit risky now. The colder nights are coming in. So I really do want to find something what's decent. So it's going to have to be an okay tent, sleeping mat and sleeping bag. Whatever else I can get after that is going to be a bonus. So what I'm going to do after make my way into the shop, I'll bring you back as and when I find items that I need. The first thing I think I should buy is probably a tent. Let's look at the prices of tents, and then we'll come back to the sleeping bags. So there's this one here, Eurohike 2-man one. What price is that? £45. I don't like the look of that. It doesn't seem too... I don't know, there's something about it what I don't like the look of it. I could buy this little one here for 30 quid. But that's way too cheap. Big Eurohike here. £50. It's a possibility. The Vango 200. I've had this tent, the old style one. What are we going to pay? £55. That's not a bad tent, you know. I think we found the tent. Right, so we picked the tent. I'm pretty happy that one we're here, £55. Now it's time to go look. I've only got £95 left. So it's time to go look for a sleeping bag. We'll get that one out of the way first. Or second anyway. So I am looking at these Vango sleeping bags. £45. £35. Then there's this one here. Today's price, £33. And that does actually feel quite padded. I think we will get that one. It's not a bad sleeping bag for 30, what was it? £33. Not a bad sleeping bag at all. With them two pieces, I've only got £62 left to buy a camping mat and some other bits, probably. We're going to have to see how far this goes, really. Might even get this Vango air mat, £35. Our rating of 4. It's a full size. I think we'll get that one. So now I've got £27 left. I've only got a tent, a sleeping bag and an air mat. I thought it was going to be easier than this, but it is what it is. So what I'm looking for now is probably like a stove set, you know, so we can warm food up with and a nice warm drink. Let's have a look. We're hoping there were a Vango stove in price, but we're in. So I'm going to have to try and probably get one of these OEX ones. I'm going to have to get one what I don't already have. So that's £16 for that one. There's a shame how we're hoping to go for the full Vango setup. Right, so I need to buy this. That is bang on £150 spent there. It's not as much as normal, but it's the best I can do. Let's get to it till see how much this actually does cost. See if my sums were wrong. So basically I spent £148.20p. So I'm under budget and I'm pretty happy about that. Yep, saving of £55. Who cares what the saving was? £150, we're in the budget. Now there's only one thing I didn't get, and that were a rucksack. But the stuff I've got, I've managed to get in one of their bags. Anyway, the next part of the video will be in a couple of days when I get all this out and we'll have a look at the quality of it. So until then, I'll see you later on. If you like what you're seeing and this is what you want to see more of, plus wild camping and stuff, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because there's plenty of this going to be happening over the year, and like I say, camping and stuff like that. So I'll see you in a couple of days. For you, it's a split of a second. Right, so it's the next day. I want to do this video in the garden, and basically because in about an hour's time we're going to get a hell load of rain for up to 7 hours, and we're going to get a lot of wind as well. So I think for the tent it's the perfect conditions to test it and to see if it leaks. Now they do say the tent is 4,000 hydrostatic head, 2-person's tent, fiberglass poles, and they say the pitch time is 7 minutes. So with it going to rain the way it is and the wind, I just feel like it's the best opportunity I've got to get it in the garden and give it a test. Now this tent is for beginners campers. A lot of people on YouTube do use this tent anyway at the start of the camping. I'm happy, and I'm sort of looking forward to looking at this tent. And then we do have the Vango air mat, the Euro Hike stove, cook pot, sorry. The stove is the OEX one, and then we have the sleeping bag, what I think with the buy of the day, £33. So what I do need to do is get the tent set up, because I can already start to feel the rain falling already. So the wind is starting to pick up as well, so we really do have to get a move on setting this tent up. So you've got your pegs, your poles, your fly sheet, and this is your inner. So your pegs are just the cheap style pegs, and you get 2 like this. Actually, I really don't know what they're for. I'll have a look at that. This is the problem with this tent, because it's an innie pitch first. So what that means is, if you pitch it up in any bad weather, the inner of your tent's going to get wet, and that means water will get in the tent. So really ideal to get out of pitch tents first. So there we go, that's the inner up. We do need to start getting the fly sheet on, because this rain is picking up. Right, so there we go, the tent is all set up, ready to go. I do need to get around this garden and pick some of these bags up, what has been flying everywhere. The logo's not too bad, it doesn't stand out too much. It's got some air vents here, that should help with the condensation build up, if any. It's got one at each side. Right, so inside the tent, it don't look too bad. I know it's a bit dark on the inside, it's hard to see, but I think there's definitely enough room for one man and his equipment there. That wind is definitely starting to picking up now. So the R rate is 4, 1 kilo in weight, 183 centimetres by 51 centimetres by 3 centimetres. So the 3 centimetres is going to be 3 centimetres thick, the width and the length. Right, let's get it out and let's have a look at it. And straight away you get 2 elasticated straps once you've re-rolled it, to keep it nice and tight when you put it back in its stuff sack. Right, so it is a self-inflating mat, so the valve You just press it in. I don't think you can hear it, but it is taking in air. The rain is hitting the tent now, so that might be a little bit louder than the valve itself. Right, the one item I've been looking forward to taking a look at is the sleeping bag. The rating on this, I don't think, yeah, you can see there. The comfort is free, the limit is -3, and the extreme is 19. It's not really a winter sleeping bag, probably back end of autumn. That's when I'd probably use this. Right, let's get it out of the stuff sack. That is quite a nice colour. I do like the colour of this sleeping bag. It feels very padded around the neck baffle area. Neck baffle there, and it's got one on the opposite side as well. Some sleeping bags do it. Yeah, look, you can pull that when you're in the sleeping bag, pull it round, and you can just trap the air in from neck below, so it really helps keep the heat in your body if you are getting a bit colder. And then it does have the hood one here, so just zip it back up a little bit. You're inside the sleeping bag, your head's a bit warm, you can just pull this one here, and you can pull that right up to over your face. Just like with all sleeping bags, the foot box has some extra padding as well, just to keep your feet warm in the colder nights. So I'm in the sleeping bag, I've zipped it up. I do not feel squashed in it. I'm not the skinniest of fellas, but I do have enough room. Maybe a little bit snug, but in the colder nights you want to be nice and warm anyway. I'm not saying you can't get warm in wider sleeping bags, because you can do, but just this setup alone like this, with the tent, the air mat and the sleeping bag, you could just go out and do a quick overnighter just with this setup. But I did get some other pieces, didn't I? So we did get the little cook pot. This came in at £9 with your discount card. You get a little lid. They say your lid can become the cup. That wind is really picking up now and the rain is there. So yeah, it's not a massive cup, but it'll do you just for a warm drink. Your little cook pot there. Same again. It's 400ml. Wonder if it does say how many mils it is overall. Yeah, 400ml, but you can put a little bit more in if you want. And then what you do, you boil your water in that, like that on your stove, and then once you've made your tea and coffee, you pour it in. That wind's picking up now. And you can drink it out of this. And what you could do with that is you could boil some water, just say for something very simple. Remember, this video is just to show what people that want to get into camping do not have to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds. £150, you've seen what I've got. I don't think I've got too much of a bad setup, if I know where my little stove is. But this is the problem. Of using a little tent. You put stuff down and you can never find them. There we go, the little stove. It is OEX. If you're a massive follower of my channel, you know I do like the OEX brand. If I could have done, I would have got the Vango, so it would have been a full Vango setup. I've not really used Vango a lot on my channel, but this is the little stove. Let's have a quick read of this. Life support range of 107 millimeters. The wattage what the stove will kick out with a decent can of gas is 3,200. The weight of it is 75 grams, so it is a decent little lightweight one as well. And like I say, you put your cup on there like that and you just pour your water. It's all good just for starting out camping, but what I'm thinking about doing is in 2 weeks I'll get out with this equipment and we'll go do a wild camping it. I've done it before on the channel where I buy this camping equipment, then I go do a video on it. So that's what I'll do. Now here's a question for you. How much does it have to get up to before it stops being a budget setup? Because you think as winter comes it's going to get colder, then it needs to become better equipment, so the budget obviously gets higher. This is a lot different to the £68 budget that I did, and then the £75 budget from equipment from Lidl and Aldi. I'll share links to that in the description just in case you didn't see them. The money's increased to £150, but I feel like I've got a decent little setup. I didn't get a rucksack, I didn't get a puller, I didn't get a knife and fork or a cooking pot and stuff like that. I only got what were available for the money that I had. But like I've already said, you can go out tomorrow with this, go into some woodland, you can camp away and be very happy. Bring a pot noodle, boil a bit of water for tea and coffee, and that's all you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the tent up, I'm going to leave it for a couple of hours, and then we'll come back once the heavy rain's over and the wind's done with. I think it's about 5 o'clock. Then we'll see if there's any water build up in the tent, and then we'll know if it's good for handling rainy conditions. 4,000 hydrostatic head. I feel confident in this tent. For now, I'll see you in a bit and I'll bring you back later on through there. Right, so I'm back out in the tent. With it being such a low profile 2-man tent, it's good enough for one man and his equipment. Now, it's been 3 hours, the rain has not really let up. It is still a little bit windy. No leaks whatsoever. So yeah, as a first time starting kit, this equipment will do you well. Now I'm going to end the video now. You can subscribe to the channel if you want by pressing this here, however I can do it for you. I'll put one of my other budget videos up there for you. In a couple of weeks I'll be back, we'll do a camp out in this tent and then we'll see how it goes. But for now, thanks for watching, I hope to see you in a couple of weeks.